Welcome to the most autistic podcast on the internet, Spontaneous Racism, featuring Connor, Griffin, Sam, Chris, and Texas. Bend over, bitch, it's party time!
Check it. This is going to be the first and probably a series of many sort of in-between episodes. Well, not episodes, but quote-unquote quickies between actual full-blown episodes of Spontaneous Racism. So, it's the new year, officially, and I feel we got nothing better to do. So let's talk about just sort of games. All games are considered. I think this episode's going to be called New Games for a New Year. And I know we were talking about earlier because Freeman's Mind, final episode, came out 12 hours ago.
Yep.
We just finished watching that, and I think that got us talking about sort of old versus new fast-paced first-person shooters. So, Sam, you want to discuss what you'd consider a classic fast-paced shooter?
Running 1,000 miles per hour with a railgun. Nothing more needs to be said.
Yep.
It was
Now,
fun and fast-paced.
Do you think that's better or, worse than sort of modern games?
Depends on what you're going for. On gameplay, story, that kind of aspect. Because story is a lot better with slower-paced games, and fast-paced games like that depends on how good you are.
Now,
you're gonna have fun.
Would you consider Serious Sam a sort of fast-paced shooter?
Of course,
Yeah,
you're running
yeah.
super fast.
Because I haven't played
And
much of Serious Sam.
Dude,
It's
I have
like-
Serious Sam BFG number 3. That is fast-paced
That's
as all
fast-paced.
hell. Literally. If you're not yelling at, looking around like a madman for a kamikaze, you're looking for turrets and every other enemy that ever
Have a
exists.
minigun.
Ripping out hearts and ripping off clear heads. It's so fast-paced, man.
Have a minigun and a rocket launcher, and I'm running at 50 miles per hour. What more could you want?
Now, so I know a common sort of thing with a lot of fast-paced games is even some slow-paced games have this, but it's like the ability to carry 10 trillion guns at once, but you sort of have to, manage ammo.
Yeah.
What do you, that's something I feel is really absent from games, and I really like that idea, just because, while it does sort of, quote-unquote, make it unrealistic, who truly cares? It's a video game you play to escape reality. I like the ammo management more than...
Yeah.
Because especially Call of Duty, there's always, do I want this gun? Do I want that gun?
Kind of reminds me of how today's shooters, you regen health instead of having to look for med kits, even though, I think the med kit system is a lot better because then if you suck at the game, well, you're going to be hurting all the way.
Yeah.
And that teaches you to get better at it a lot.
I think an
In a
example...
lot of ways that are, just overall better.
I think an example of that would probably be a series I watch quite a bit, which is Kane's Mind, which is Quake 4, which is sort of the same way. You've got a set amount of guns. You end up usually losing them or having them taken away from you when you're in certain areas. So at the beginning you're hurting for ammo, but later on you have more ammo. But there are always the guns that you have to wait around for. Like the Dark Matter gun, there's almost no ammo for that, so you gotta manage that. But the other guns have some more plentiful ammo. Like the assault rifle has plentiful ammo, the pistol is infinite, the shotgun's got more ammo.
A lot of guns like that are really... People always do it where you just save it for boss fights.
Yeah.
But that could sort of... Because I think you were talking about this earlier, where you were saying how, I'm going to save it for a boss fight, but you never end up using it. Because you're still afraid of, if this is a hard boss fight, what about the next boss fight? Is there even worse?
Yeah.
I'll say another idea along the lines of fast-paced games, ammo, health, and all that, which is Hotline Miami, because I'm playing it right now, but very fast-paced game.
Yeah.
You do not have a lot of ammo, and even if you do, you don't really use guns, because if you do, you attract a lot of attention, and there is no health. If you get hit, you're dead.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a very interesting idea where they're trying to kind of get you away from the fear of death in games, because a lot of people are they're freaking out, they die, and they're like, oh my god, the world's over.
Mm-hmm.
So basically Dark Souls.
Yeah.
You seem to like a lot of those masochistic games, don't you?
Yeah. Dark Souls is basically kick you in the balls, throw you in a pool of acid, have fun.
That's pretty much what I tell people when I tell them about Dark Souls. I'm like, it is a very good game, fun game, maybe not for everyone, but the learning curve for it will kick you in the teeth.
So you guys are all saying that the ability to do 720 YY ladder no scopes isn't fast-paced shooting.
Not really.
Considering most of the videos we watch are like that.
Oh,
really.
That was sarcasm for those who can't detect it.
I know.
But sort of going a little back in this conversation, you like the medkit system. I honestly sort of like the regenerating health to an extent. I don't like what Call of Duty does with it. It's like, you're dying, duck behind a piece of concrete for 10 minutes. I like sort of...
See, I can accept a combination of both, where your health doesn't regen that much. It regens like 25%, then you need like medkits to get any more.
That's actually what ODST did as well. Halo 3 ODST, you have certain health areas and your health regens to there, but you need a medkit to fully heal.
I also like the idea of you have a medkit for your health, and then you also have your shield, and your shield regenerates, but you need a medkit to restore your health.
Yeah.
Like
This
first
is why-
Halo.
Yeah,
See,
first Halo, any other game like that.
Essentially, what it should be, it's literally a shield, and then like I like their like Halo style things, like the Halo 1. Now you had like, here's your regenerative shield, and then you had health, and you had to get medkits. That was like, I say that's a purely flawless system because
Later
like
Halos had that too, didn't they?
I'm not sure as
4
many.
didn't. Wait,
Three,
did it?
3 broke the tradition of having a
2
health
didn't
bar.
have it either.
Oh,
2
no,
didn't have
no,
it.
2
3
didn't-
had a health bar.
3 didn't have a health bar. No, it was literally just
No, 2.
shields.
No, it had a health
it had
bar.
a health bar.
I
Two
must
had a
be
health
thinking
bar.
of 2.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, I like it because you have like your sort of, I can run out there, take a bit of damage, but once my shield goes down, you know to duck behind cover. Because if you don't, well, then your health goes down a lot. And then once your health is, like, say you get like destroyed because you're playing pretty stupid, and your health is like 1 bar, well, all you have left is your shield. You have that bit of regenerative power to where you can go around, shoot, take your time, and not just go out, get shot once, and die.
You're not screwed like in Dark Souls if you have that tiny bit of health and no healing items.
But then the thing with the no medkit system is the intensity of, well, is my health low? Is my health high? I can't give an exact approximation, meaning I need to treat the game more seriously.
Yeah.
But I think that could, like... I haven't played much of Halo's newest multiplayer, but, like... I don't... For most multiplayer games, I mean, of course there are exceptions, but it's like, you never really have to worry about health because you're always going out and just focusing on killing them instead of focusing on your own life. Yeah. You just sort of want to go the distance, quote unquote.
Sort of going in a bit of the opposite direction concerning the medkit sort of style. I tried doing a blind let's play, and I think about finishing it, of a game you may know known as Legendary, which is considered completely shit because of a huge game-breaking glitch that might happen near the end. But the idea concept, I like it, that if they improvised it and made it into a better game that didn't suck horribly with a glitch like that, I think it's the system. Basically, the whole system and point of the game is that you're like this burglar who's hired by this guy to retrieve the Ark of the Covenant. And he has this key, he puts it in, he's stabbed, and he gets this sort of sigil on his hand. And by killing enemies, you absorb their power, basically, and you can use that power to use powers or heal yourself.
So like Indiana Jones meets Mega Man.
Yeah, sort of in a way, but it takes a bit of time to heal, and you've got to kill like 5 or 6 enemies before you fully fill up the tank in order to heal yourself fully. So it's sort of like if you got low health, but you have no energy, you sort of like, you got to be careful. And then the enemy system in that game is actually pretty cool because there's sort of a few enemies. There's the 2 main ones that you fight really near the beginning are fire lizards, basically, and those are basically easy. Just shoot a few times, simple range attack, melee attack. And then there's the Wolverines. I cannot speak tonight. The werewolves, and they're a weaker version of the 2 kinds of werewolves. In order to kill them, you have to chop off their head. So basically, you want to either shoot their head off, or you want to fight them with an axe, so you can just do that.
Another system I find interesting is with a lot of multiplayer games like TF2, Killing Floor. It's you do sometimes find, if I recall correctly, you do sometimes find healing items, but
In TF2, you Killing Floor, you don't. You just have your servant.
You have your medic.
I'm crazy, but your main force of healing yourself is either you healing yourself with your own syringe, whatever it happens to be, Or the most effective way is when other people heal each other. So
Yeah.
allowing...
The killing floor is a great example of that because you have your own syringe, but if you have a medic heal you, it's way more
It could
effective.
be used
Well,
both ways.
It also reminds
it
me
can be
of,
used
like,
both ways, but having a medic
Far
heal
Cry
is more
4.
effective because they have those bonuses when they level up.
But also, your syringe in that
The
game, when you
syringe,
use it
if
on
you're
yourself,
right.
is less
Oh.
effective.
Yeah.
But more effective when you use it on a friend. So it's kind of the idea
Yeah.
of making you want to assist your friends.
Well, so
Yeah.
what Sam was saying was sort of in like Far Cry 3 and 4, where it's like you make your syringes or whatever and they heal more, but you could also heal without the syringes. But I think that's sort of, it's like, I get what you're saying with the whole syringe system and healing yourself,
Yeah.
but that doesn't really have the same effect as killing floor. You're never really healing other people. It's
Yeah.
always yourself, but it's just how fast you do it instead of like, I guess it could sort of be similar to that.
Yeah.
But going off of this topic, because I just sort of really want to get down into the nitty gritty with it.
Mhm.
Companies and some of the stupid shit they do,
Well, yeah.
mostly because I'm thinking of the whole Microsoft buying Mojang thing.
And I'm thinking of Activision's just copy and paste.
When did Microsoft buy Mojang?
It was like
A month
last
ago.
year.
No, it's this year. It's
Alright.
just
Yeah.
like a month ago.
No, that
Well,
was
year.
last
Well, technically
year.
last year.
What's
I
been
just-
happening to Minecraft since then?
I
Well,
don't think
so far they
anything's
haven't done
changed.
so far, the only
Yeah.
big thing they've done is that
It just
they make
prevented
you.
it from being on the Sony system.
Yeah, and another thing they think they prevented is that you basically have to turn something true in a Minecraft server, and that works perfectly fine. So basically, you just have to
Yeah.
turn something true to false.
You have to, it's the ELUA or whatever it's called. It's
Yeah.
the terms and conditions. You have to, for the server software now, you have to accept it by going into the CFG file and
Yeah.
then turning
Not
it to true.
True, yeah.
Or ELUA equals true.
I'm
or
not afraid to
something.
admit I was stupid enough not to figure this out.
That sounds stupid.
It's stupid.
I was
I don't-
stupid enough not to figure it out.
They
so.
should have, like, alright, if there's an ELUA, I should at least, like, they should have put a link in there to it.
Or at least say that
least.
it's in there, because I
Yeah,
couldn't figure out the
'cause,
first damn
yeah.
time I tried to run it.
Because I want to be able to, like, first of all, I want to know I want a rough idea of what I'm, like, saying, yes, I abide by these rules to, instead of just blindly doing it just so I can play Minecraft on a private server for just me and my friends.
I will say though, I'm glad that Mojang, before they sold themselves, made the deal with Sony to where, so basically now Microsoft has to, as much as they probably loathe it and will probably do their dumb update setbacks or whatever they'll happen to do to them, they have to keep working with them.
From what I've read, it's not going to be on the PS4, and they're not updating the PS3.
It's on the
anymore.
PS4 right now.
Is it?
Yeah. So what I've heard is just that they have a deal already, so they have to uphold that deal, which I hope is still the case. It may not be, but
Last I heard, it wasn't. But speaking of, sort of, this is the main basis I want to talk about. This is the whole games being ported or not ported correctly, or just being flat out ignored. Is yeah, but like to PC, because me, Sam, and Griffin are mostly play PC. But I mean, I play consoles, and I know Sam has an Xbox.
And
just
I
bought a
play
PS4.
PS3
Xbox.
barely,
Yeah,
but I still play it.
Yeah,
just
we
bought
still
a
have it.
PS4.
But it's
360.
we still we're not elitists. I mean, we like PC, but that's just because that's either what we grew up with or
I hate
just what
that
we
term,
before.
PC
Yeah,
elitist.
yeah.
That's a horrible term. Like,
It makes us
It's-
seem really because I mean PC
it
has
feels
downsides
like we're
too.
uptight. It's
Yeah.
like going to it's like calling us the 1% of like the
Yeah.
U.S. economy and whatnot. How there's just those 1% of the world's like richest people,
Keep in mind PC has downsides too.
And then
Can't
they're
do
just
split screen.
really bad.
I mean, you
people.
technically can, but it's
Some
a pain in the
games.
ass.
But you were about to make a point.
Sort of, because I don't know. I believe Destiny's not being ported to PC, which I mean, I don't give
No,
a
it's
shit
on
about.
PC.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on PC.
I don't remember it being on PC.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. a
It's
few times
on there,
PC.
but I don't know anybody who
Probably
plays
crappy
it.
port. But and also Grand Theft Auto 5, no news of that being ported.
It's it's getting ported. It's coming
It was
like
supposed
February
to come
this year.
It was supposed to come this year.
Oh, it's
it came out
coming
last
this
year.
year. They
Do you mean
announced
last
it.
year?
It's coming out like
2014.
it's coming out like I believe like February or something. It's coming out like early
How much you want to bet it's going to be a
2015.
crappy port?
Like they showed it on Steam. It's on Steam, so
How much you bet it's going to be?
they're
probably
putting more time into it to make sure it's a good port. I hope that is.
They say that, and look how well Grand Theft Auto 4 was.
Sorry, I keep
That was
coming
just
back to
lacking.
this, but I will have to say none of them can be as bad as the port of Dark Souls
Yep.
ever was.
The reason the port of Dark Souls is so bad, in my opinion, is its controls. Alright, I will give anyone $200 if they beat the whole game, no rebinding, default keyboard controls. If they beat the whole game like that, I will legitimately give them $200. I will go to your house and give you $200, no questions asked. And you must provide video proof, keep in mind.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to look that up right now and make sure no one has done it.
I'm going to be pissed. So I'm going to have to go to
There've
their house and give them
probably been
$200.
people who've done it. Because I had a
feel
friend.
like that would be more difficult than playing it through with the Guitar Hero that the guy did.
Oh,
because
God, yeah.
That is difficult,
Wait,
but
yeah.
you have to be a freaking
My
four-armed person. to
A guy
play it.
played through the game with the Guitar Hero thing?
Yeah. He had everything keyed. He had all the different things you play. He had the whammy bar, like everything. It's ridiculous.
That would get.
You're gonna look up a video, and the first one that's gonna pop up is from Singapore or some shit, and Connor has
Yeah,
to
he's
fly
gonna
out
be
there to give the
Asian.
$200 that
be
means nothing to
Japanese.
Singaporean.
Yeah.
You just go out there and like $2 million in my money.
2 million yen. That's not Singapore.
So, that's
But
like
sort of...
Who gives a shit about Singapore?
My theory behind
Yeah, I think
why
they make
Grand
hard
Theft,
drives, they
because
need
Grand
that.
Theft Auto came out in 2013, didn't it?
yeah, it did.
My belief, because it was supposed to come out in 2014.
Might have been
Look what
2012.
happened there. But it's like, I think the reason they delayed it so much is because this may not be completely true, and I'd be a fucking idiot, but I think they don't want another hot coffee incident.
Yeah.
Which I know you know, but do you guys know of it?
I have no idea.
But basically, what the hot coffee incident was is in GTA San Andreas, a couple of hackers found a hidden sort of mini game that was inaccessible by normal means. It was a sex mini game.
Wasn't that in the original release though? Like
Yes.
some of the
It was
original
gonna be
copies you
original.
It
bought
was in the
were
original
delayed?
case, but it was just inaccessible by normal means. You had to hack, and by hack I mean go into the files and change like one thing.
Oh, I thought
And
originally
it was like,
that it was.
It was a fully playable sex game,
Huh.
and someone released a mod for it that made that accessible, and everyone threw a shit storm over it. And Rockstar was forced to recall a bunch of games and reprint them where it just wasn't existed whatsoever because they were really lazy, and they were just sort of like Rockstars. They were at the height of their career, and they just didn't give a fuck. They just wanted to release their game and make people happy because they loved the publicity. Shitty publicity is better than no publicity, basically.
Yeah.
And so, but that was what broke the camel's back. So many people were pissed, and they lost a lot of money due to it.
Yeah.
Because instead of just saying, "Oh, let's remove this sort of fucked up game mode," I mean, it was fairly tame, all things considered. I mean, they were clothed doing it, but it's still the fact,
Right
kids
now.
shouldn't be playing. Oh my fucking
Yeah.
god! Can we
People-
not talk about that game?
People may say that, but there are some stupid. I've read so many stupid stories where people talk about violence, sex, blood, gore, and they don't say shit. Then they say violence. He's like, "Oh, this is not violence. I meant
Sex.
No, I meant bad language." And they're like, "Oh shit, you wanted to buy this game? You get the fuck out. You are not getting this game."
Okay, the
People
Wolf
have
of
done
Wall
that.
Street.
I know.
I
People were pissed at that because they didn't depict him in a bad light or something like
What?
that. And they said they put him in a good light. They really didn't. They made him to be a huge scumbag.
The thing I think is kind of funny is, yeah, that sex scene was in the game, but everyone's only freaking out because they
lied about it.
Rockstar put it in the game. But then again, they also took the step to try to get rid of it. They didn't want that in their finished product. It was ultimately
No, they could have easily removed it. It's just they left it there and lied about it.
but they didn't want it in their game. They were just too lazy to really get
Yeah.
rid of it, but they didn't want
A
it in
similar
their
thing
game.
happened with their, I believe, the next game after that, which was Manhunt. It was the kill scenes were censored
Yeah.
in console ports, but in PC you could turn them off. But the reason they didn't get an AO rating for that game is because they said it was there, but it's not accessible. And so that way people didn't throw as huge of a shit fit. It's the fact that they said, yeah, this game, no sex scene in it. They pretty much lied, and that's why everyone threw shit fit.
I feel like, though, since they didn't want it in their game, it's basically the same as someone making a nudity mod for any other game, or any
Yeah.
sex mod for any other game.
Nude Raider.
Yeah,
It's a porn site now.
It's basically the same idea, I feel, because they didn't like they didn't just put it out there and say, "Oh yeah, there's no sex scene, wink, wink, hint, hint," and you could just get into it normally. Someone had to go in and change the game to do that, just like you do.
Well, keep in mind with like Nude Raider and stuff like that, it wasn't in the game. Someone just modded it to be there. But with the hot coffee thing, it was in the game files.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have to add that in; they just had to make it accessible. But by the gameplay, that was all the mod really did.
Yeah.
And so I think the reason, going sort of back to that, is they don't want another one of those happening with a new game. They don't want hackers to sort of, even though they may have not put anything in there, they don't want people digging through the game files to cause yet another shitstorm. And so that's why I believe Grand Theft Auto 5 was again sort of fucked up. Now,
as you can guess, we're very tired.
Texas had he had something I know he wanted to talk about.
Oh,
Okay, Grandpa.
I was just gonna see if what everyone's excited about for next year, if there's any game releases or...
Halo 5.
Borderlands 3.
Half-Life
Tales from
3
Half-Life.
confirmed.
Tales from
anything
Black
confirmed,
Mesa.
yes?
Well, I want Monster Hunter, just because Isabel's in it.
Monster Hunter
And
4, I
Majora's
want
Mask
that.
3D.
And of course, if you haven't noticed, a little bit of a Dark Souls fan. So
He
I'm looking
wants
forward-
Little Big
A
Planet.
little
10.
bit, not
Totally,
much.
totally. I'm totally looking forward to Call of Duty 72.
Advanced Ops 5.
I can't wait for the next 420 Blaze It YOLO game of the year.
421 Blazer Game of the Year.
Number
Yeah.
2,
Game of the Year
Electric Bugala.
Electric
Boogaloo Galoo.
Swagnamite Boogaloo.
I'm looking forward to Bloodborne, which I'm kind of mad about because they originally had it set to release on February 5th, which is, you guys may know, is like 5 days before my birthday. It's ridiculous, and I was like, and then they pushed it back to March 24th. Who gives a shit?
But at least you'd have
And I was
birthday
like,
money.
Well,
Birthday money and stuff to
Well,
save
yeah, but
for
someone
us,
would have
yeah.
gotten it for me. They would
That's
have been
true.
great.
It's more satisfying to buy it on
Well,
the old way.
considering
No
we're
stone.
well, anyway, considering we're talking about our updated releases and what we're hoping for, maybe we could talk about just a little bit more in depth what we're looking for, hopefully, within it.
I want Doritos.
I think we should more or less let's make a quote-unquote New Year's resolution. It doesn't have to be just games for this. Because my New Year's resolution is I want to make this monthly. We want to put out a new episode month. So 12 episodes a year with maybe mini episodes included.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to
Like
come over
this.
more.
Quickies.
Anyways, yeah.
Quote-unquote quickies.
Quickies,
Yeah, well,
but you would love quickies.
Yeah, well, going off what I was saying, what I'm mostly hoping for in Borderlands 3, if they make it, is something that sort of doesn't happen like Nisha again. How they sort of complained about how it was sort of like, I guess it's how Liv was in the first Borderlands, where Phoenix was like the single most overpowered thing in the game, and once you got it, you would kill. Or how Nisha is just so easy with her action skill, since it's basically a hack from a game that you could do with any other character.
That's what Josh says about Death Trap and all of Gage in general.
He is a gay man. He should die, because Crap Trap is awesome.
Crap trap.
Eric and Josh think that Gage is a girlfriend class. I'm like, not really.
No.
She takes a lot of skill.
They've obviously never played an Anarchy build game.
Josh has played Anarchy. He's like, it's a girlfriend class. I'm like, no, you don't. Do you know how much thinking has to go into Anarchy trees? Maybe Little Big Trouble and Best Friends Forever.
Yeah.
Those require less thought, but still.
But even in Best Friends Forever, which is a lot of helping skills, even still, Death Trap is powerful in there, and you are powerful in there. Like with Anarchy Tree, you can literally gain, like, I think 500 or 250 stacks of Anarchy.
You can get like 500.
Actually,
You get
no,
like
actually, now that
600 max.
yeah, and mind you, a 600 max, Anarchy gives, I think, a 1.25% minus the accuracy, but 1.25% increase to damage. Times 600 is very impressive numbers, but you can't hit for shit.
Yeah, that's why shotguns are the best for that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say. What about shotguns?
Basically, creates Sledge's shotgun with any other gun, basically, from the first Borderlands.
Shotguns where you fire twice and you automatically reload.
What about the? I remember there was a shotgun from the first game called like. It was Big T's Big Wave or something. It was something.
TK's Wave.
Yeah,
TK's
TK's
Wave.
Wave. where it's a set pattern for your shot. Your shot always has to do the exact same thing. Could you use it? Are there any guns like that?
There were several.
There's the Sandhawk, and that's basically the only real big
Moxie's Heartbreak.
There was also the TK's Wave.
The interfacer, the conference call.
Yeah, there was another one. It was
you guys
where
are
you get it
ignoring
to
the Sandhawk is the most OP one in
information
Borderlands
at the
2
end.
because they didn't modify it because the way they modified in Nerf the Bee is that not every projectile gets that damage bonus, so that's why the conference call B thing doesn't work that well. But they didn't modify it with the Sandhawk, so every one of the bullets do the plus damage.
You guys are forgetting about the best weapon in the whole game, the Bane.
Of course.
If it was like...
It's a decent gun, just it's a personification of us.
It is literally, it makes you run so slow.
It makes the
fire,
heavy
it makes a
look.
high-pitched noise.
It makes the heavy look like Sonic.
Just look up Borderlands Bane, and you'll understand.
I think
Yeah.
Admiral Barrow, I think it was, and
Yeah.
like somebody. I
And
don't
Goliath
remember.
probably because they work together.
Yeah,
a lot.
Gothalion. I think they did a playthrough with the Bane, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, please no.
So,
That or they did,
still think-
that or I think they did a ring run. from
Chris,
the
what do
Bane.
you want in sort of your
Well,
games?
I'm
this
looking
year?
at Halo 5. That's the one reason I'm going to buy an Xbox One.
Anything
Just
you-
for Halo 5.
Any new features
And
you're looking into?
Really, I just hope it has,
Why do you want Halo 5 to be more specific?
because I think they're going to make a trilogy for the new series, Halo 4, 5, and 6. They've already planned it from the beginning. 343 planned it already.
I don't think they should.
And I'm hoping it can successfully, like Halo 2, replicate the experience of Master Chief and this guy hunting Master Chief, like they did with him and the Arbiter in the second game. Because that was such a good decision with game making. You have two entirely separate plot lines that are tying in exactly the same at the same exact time. And it was beautifully executed. And I know Halo 5's just like, we know Master Chief's like over here, and you got this guy.
No Cortana.
No Cordy for you.
I
I
really.
heard all Asians are hackers.
It's true. Team Lizard. But like,
Blizzard Squad.
Lizard Squad.
Squad.
They hacked
Squad.
North Korea's internet.
Blizzard
It's
Squad.
down, guys.
I think the Halo series should have ended after Reach. It came full circle. Don't need to keep going.
That's kind of what I think about Borderlands now that they made Infinite, because I don't see where they could go considering they've tied
Borderlands,
everything.
you mean Bioshock?
Yes, I'm tired, but it's sort of the same idea concept because they've tied the entire 3 games together almost seamlessly.
Except for 2.
Except for 2,
Yeah, but 2 can
but
go fuck itself.
yeah,
2 is an abomination that shouldn't be talked about.
it's decent, but it should not be talked about.
It's garbage.
But
Anyway.
but it brings full
Everything
circle, so I don't know where they could possibly go concerning.
I don't think they
it.
should make another one. I really don't. I think the
Yeah,
series is done.
but I
think
do
it's
hope they
good.
make something similar to it because it's such a great game series.
Yeah, there's supposedly something coming out similar to it. But
Yeah.
Sam, your New Year's resolution of games.
Really, Burial at Sea was the end of the Bioshock series.
I want Hat Simulator 3. That's my ultimate goal,
Hats.
alright?
Okay,
That's
you
my
know,
ultimate goal.
Okay, guys, can I just say something?
No.
The rush of simulator games, I feel is kind of ruining the gaming market, or at least the
Yeah.
gaming mindset.
People just
So
want
less
to
than
screw
MOBAs.
around. That's why there's sandboxes.
I think-
That's all they are. Is just sandboxes, so you can do stupid stuff a million times. So it gets bored super quick.
I think the reason or people are doing it so much is because like farming simulator and stuff like that. Those were legitimate farming simulator games. It's just sort of a weird concept. Like, who would want that? It's a
boring.
very
The
niche market.
You know who
But
would,
Surgeon Simulator came out,
yeah.
and that's what truly did it. Because it's supposed to be ridiculous. It's not at all realistic in the slightest. If it went with a more realistic thing, it would have just fallen in with the rest of them.
I think part of the problem is that Steam is letting in a lot of crap that they really shouldn't be. I'm not.
Their company,
They,
they just
uh,
want to get the money, really.
Yeah.
I know they're a company. I know that's their main MO, but
Hey, it's helping to pay Half-Life 3's budget, so I'm fine with this.
Well, Connor, there's a huge portion of people who would buy the farming simulator. The people
And I
who
am
play
one of those
Farmville on
Goat
Facebook.
Simulator.
Oh, do you remember when Farmville was a thing?
Goat Simulator and Surgeon Simulator games have just exploded with simulators that
Yeah.
are stupid and ridiculous like that, and I feel like it's dumbing down a lot of gaming
Well,
so
There's
that
bread
they
simulator
now.
attract
Those.
so they attract the mindset of the people with the mindset of, hey, I want a game that I can screw around in.
well, personally, I think Oculus Rift sort of help sort of pad that a little bit because you could do a simulator in that, but it's a lot more advanced. You're a lot more in there.
I'm just in Oculus
other
Rift
than
for
just
porn.
having 2 hands in like Baking Simulator, where you just
Yeah.
go, where it's literally Yeah.
See, people just need to like for these games are like I like them for what they're worth, but they need to be like $5 games. That's it. Like just $5 games. That way you can just buy it, have fun for a little bit, and then you're done with it. You don't want to play it again. You might come back after a while, but you're not gonna put thousands or hundreds of hours into it.
Okay. That's before we start getting off on more tangents. We can do that after we finish doing our resolutions.
Or was that a stone revolution?
Connor, you need to be more careful about those. Pretty soon you're going to be cutting eye holes with the crotch, man.
Was that a stone?
Anyway,
come on.
Connor, your game resolution?
Oh, my game resolution.
Whatever you want for the year.
Like I said, I want to make this podcast monthly, but also I just sort of... Because, like Chris said, there's a lot of sort of games coming down the pipeline that are really saturating and preventing gaming as a thing to grow whole. Because, granted, there are games I dislike. There are also games I like. I'm sort of how I view music. Every genre has a good thing. There are genres I like more than others. Like, personally, I prefer first-person shooters the most, and games like Saints Row 3, where you dick around, and... Stealth games, granted, there are great stealth games, like Dishonored's a great stealth game.
Mark of the Ninja.
Assassin's Creed, Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Because I know you like those, but it's like...
Metal Gear!
Like, I like stealth games to an extent, and I know they're good. They're just sort of... When I play video games, I want to escape and fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And if in Saints Row 3 I could be Gabe Newell with an RPG blowing up cars, and I want to be Gabe Newell blowing up cars.
Or whacking people.
And sort of...
That's like that's why people like sandboxes, because it's like more of a unlimited potential.
Granted,
just stupidity.
It can be sort of boring after a while.
Yeah.
To be honest,
it doesn't last long.
Yeah, to be honest, though, the gaming community and genre in general is kind of a bit hard sometimes to evolve in, because a lot of companies, Activision, do a lot of copying and pasting of their games just to make the money.
Anyway, on to
I
Or
want to
they're
bring
just-
up something new about that, actually, which is, I'm glad Connor mentioned Ubisoft, which is, with the new Call of Duty game, I will say the Call of Duty games are kind of a guilty pleasure.
Same here.
Yeah.
I know they're bad. But
I know a lot of them are
4,
very
5, and
copy and
6.
paste games, but I will say the new game, while it hasn't changed everything, it has changed quite a bit, and I do think it's a lot of fun, a lot of the changes they make, because it really does add in a new element to it, where it's a lot more 3D. Like, instead of just looking for people that are on the ground, or on that roof, or on there, or you have to look around the whole map because people can freaking fly everywhere. Because
I see what you're talking about, and I think... What? Granted, Advanced Warfare. Am I Mike Tyson now? Advanced Warfare.
Selfie.
I don't think it's good. I don't truly. But it's a step in the right direction, and I think with a little more tweaking and a little more polishing, they could sort of go with that idea of making the whole world a thing.
I really wish I could comment more on this, but the only reason really I bought Black Ops 2 was the zombies.
I bought Black Ops 2.
That's my
just
guilty
kidding.
pleasure.
I didn't buy Black Ops 2.
I do think that it would be cool to have all those movement systems in a map area like Battlefield. If you had that giant map area in the ability to freaking just jump super high and fly pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
You'd have to
It
make
would
the
open
environments much more
I think if they
dynamic then.
Yeah.
And I personally think if they made a zombies game, it probably wouldn't last extremely long. But if they worked on it and really made it good, I guarantee you it'd be one of the best sellers.
Black Zombies has a great story. Well, I say great.
Well, once you
It's
understand,
a big ass storyline,
and it's sort of like
and it's interesting.
It's sort of like Five Nights at Freddy's in that way, where you have to go through and learn and piece it together yourself. If you don't,
But
if you
that
really
could
want to
also
go
be
through
its downfall, because again,
Yeah.
with the whole Five Nights at Freddy's thing, is it's not apparent. It's apparent to those who are like we do, where we go into games and go through everything to figure it out.
Yeah.
But for just a common person who... Shut up. But for like a common person who just wants to dick around and play a game, they won't. And that... Because I'm sure there's a lot of people on the writing staff for Black Ops Zombies. And stuff.
But Five Nights at Freddy's, you really have to pay attention. Call of Duty Zombies, it's a bit more apparent. Even the very first map in Black Ops, that has a whole comic that sort of entails what happened before they got to Nocturne
Nocturne
Totem.
Theater of the Undead.
I also feel, well, back to the copy and pasting thing, I feel like Activision is starting to take steps in the right direction. And I have heard a little bit about zombies possibly coming to the newest game, which is interesting that it's not with Treyarch. I don't know.
Well, it's because I don't know if they're making...
Well, it's because it sort of doesn't
like,
fit in the series. The last couple of games have been more Modern Warfare,
like
and zombies
it's because
and
it's
Modern
been
Warfare.
I also
Infinity
feel like
Ward that's
Ghosts,
making them.
yeah, are they pretty much out of the deal now?
I don't know.
But,
I'm going to look into it.
Back to Ubisoft with the Assassin's Creed series, I think is what Connor is kind of mentioning there. Yeah, I mean, they are starting to feel like a very worn out...
Activision-esque.
It's starting to go the same direction because they get a lot of money.
Yeah.
I want Assassin's Creed to keep going just because I want a World War II one. But just before we were going to go back to this, but I want to quickly finish up my resolution thing. Basically, what I want this year is I want more not necessarily games grounded in reality, quote unquote, is fine, but I want them to be sort of less serious. I want them to have fun with the ideas. We're making a game. We don't have to make it super depressing. That's why I hate the Dark Knight trilogy. Ferguson Simulator. Ha!
Ferguson.
Jokes!
Right
But
Heavy rate.
speaking of which, Battlefront 3. Love it. Anyway,
Okay,
before
before we go on,
sucking.
okay, before we go on any more tangents and continue this for like the next hour, let's have Texas
well, I
give
love
his opinions.
tangerines.
Sam, shut up.
I have a resolution or two, and one of them involves Bloodborne. I really hope that it sounds like they are changing a lot with it. They're adding way more fast-paced gameplay, and with the fact that this is something that most hardcore Dark Souls people are looking at, that you don't see the same Phantom things, so we may be getting a split screen co-op or some sort of local co-op, which would be really cool. But my main resolution is I just got a new laptop for Christmas. Thank my dad and his new girlfriend.
Thank you, Texas'
awesome.
dad.
Yeah,
I
sure.
want-
Scary
Can your dad get me a
Texas. Come on, quit holding back.
Anyway.
man.
Sorry. Alright.
Anyway.
I know this is a very typical thing for a gamer to say, but I really want to start working more on my YouTube channel. And no,
Sounds like me.
I don't expect a lot out of it.
Hey guys, it's Texas Pie.
Just remember whenever
sort of
it's December,
actually-
play Skyrim. That's it.
Skyrim.
I just saw 5 people.
Sorry to go on
launch
another
it.
tangent sort of here, guys, but I can relate to that. I run a YouTube channel. I don't get a huge amount out of it, but I am sort of proud of my Dooms guys here, which I sort of really need to finish. But the first episode, since there's almost no Dooms guys minds out there, the first episode has like 2,000 or 3,000 views, which I'm kind of proud of.
Nice.
Because since there's a limited amount of them, a lot more people see it.
Speaking
it's funny,
of-
I only have 3 videos
I have
out right
one.
now because of the crappy computer I had that died on
Yeah.
me.
And also, going on to that, my friend Dash and I had a channel, and he sort of got depressed for a while because he wasn't really getting the output that he was expecting. Sort of a bit, at least a constant, decent, somewhat growth. So he quit that channel completely, kept it up, and started a new channel, which he doesn't really do much on. But I can understand the sort of stress it is, and I understand, I do it really only just for personal fun. Hey, if I can make a living off it, if I can make just a tiny amount of money off it, that would be great. Do something I love, get some money off it.
I know I shouldn't be doing this because I'm not even on YouTube, really. I have one video, and it was just me because I had a joke. It was, what if I made, what did the fox say, but with the Skyrim? Yeah. And so I did it. 2 minutes in Windows Movie Maker. But, sort of, I want to start doing movie reviews because, as everyone at this table knows, I like movies, I think. I mean, I have like over 2,000 behind me.
It slowly tips over and starts crushing you.
Right now, I have 3 videos. The first one has like 26, 23 views, and then the second one has 3, and the third one has 0. It's
I'm gonna watch all of
garbage, and I'm hoping I'll slowly start to get into it and get better. But
As I was saying, like, since I shouldn't be saying this, but I know I'm going in this, when I go headstrong to take you on, headstrong, I'm taking on anyone.
Copyright.
Shit. I mean, head tough. But, like, I'm going
Sounds like
in,
a shit superhero.
my mind going on with this is, don't go into it expecting to make a living out of it.
Yeah.
I want to do it because I enjoy wanting to do it. I like entertainment. That's why I tell jokes. You fucking bastards.
not the
Hates all.
greatest jokes.
It's all.
I tell the best jokes.
That
I
sounds,
tell the best joke.
that sounds like a slogan for like a really shit superhero. Concrete head. Head tough.
Head tough.
It's kind of like
Deck sealant.
if you're gonna
My
do like
neighbors love my
YouTube or
deck.
anything, you got also if you're gonna upload, you need to upload a weekly basis is a good area to do, but you don't want to like bore people by giving them like hour-long videos or something, or spamming them with so many videos like that they're just like, I can't keep up with these.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
But
literally PewDiePie. That's all he does. He just spams videos.
Well, not
like him.
So
necessarily.
he has like 20 series going at once, and he uploads like 20 videos a day. It's like nobody's gonna watch all of those.
I don't like PewDiePie, not because he's the popular. I don't like him because he's not funny or entertaining.
Hipster.
How am I a hipster? I like plenty of popular things.
Calm down.
I don't like Markiplier either. He's just American PewDiePie. Yeah, I said it. Because I'm right,
I have
I
a
think.
resolution this year. It's not even really gaming involved. It's more, this is my senior year personally. I want to get my stuff together, and I want to figure out what I'm doing with my life. Whether going out of state, but still keeping these flippin' friends I have here.
Yep.
It's like how to balance those communications in the future. It's really my resolution is to
Cocaine.
get stuff done. A hope for
Cocaine.
gaming that I have this year. You know, I had it and I forgot. Okay. There's a PS4 game. A PS4 game coming out called No Man's Sky, if you haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like
It's supposed to be like there's a million planets in this galaxy, and you start on a random one.
generated.
They're randomly generated.
It's what
Everyone
Destiny
starts.
could have been.
Everyone starts on a different planet, and the loading screens is literally like 2 or 3 seconds of atmosphere
That's not
entering
how it's
or
gonna
leaving a
be.
planet.
Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but no matter what the sleeping shit over there is, he's gonna say, it's gonna have loading screens. I mean, do I think No Man's Sky looks good? I think if they made a Star Wars game out of it,
It kind of reminds me.
big
There's
boy.
there's this game coming out for PCs where
but
it's only on
gonna be-
PCs. It can't be on consoles. They already like proved that it would literally your console would probably just catch on fire and then you'd cry like.
Imagine
They can't-
my computer managed to manage a lot of it before melting 7 of my 8-cubic processors.
It's just like I don't remember what it's called. It was something with space, but it's gonna have like literally insane graphics, and it's gonna be space and all that, and all millions just like well, you can't have millions. That's ridiculous to think of. Like you're gonna have like
It's gonna be like Borderlands. guns
hundreds
and-
of planets and stuff. I'm pretty
They
sure,
might-
and then like
By the way, Sam,
there's
there's
gonna be
your
like
tangerine
big
problem
old
right there.
They're oranges.
big old.
Close enough.
It's just gonna be big old MMO like thing, you know.
It is possible though they might go the same route as Minecraft, where they'll just deload part of it
Yeah.
when you're in a different area.
See, like, that's,
and
like,
then
just,
when you come back, it'll have to-
rendering and stuff, which
Yeah.
you can do, but for a space game where it's literally like it wants to be, it probably would be more to scale. So like if you're like billion, like a light year away from something, you should still see it and stuff. Just it's like you can't just de-render everything. Like consoles, they'd have to have it really de-rendered to a closer radius around them, and that would kind of like, pull a lot of the immersion out, and the graphics would have to be turned down a lot. And
Yeah.
even then, I'm not sure what they would do for service, because they've never had big servers for like MMO like type games for
Except
consoles,
for-
because they've never really been
except
able to
for,
do them that well.
Mr. Private Server Braxton.
But the whole World of Warcraft. But that's just because that's really popular. And
Yeah.
But
Blizzard has the best.
anyway, my point with games like No Man's Sky is it's taking a big world thing way out of proportion and expanding it a million times
Yeah.
and trying something new, and I like that.
I do
think
like that
a
idea.
lot
too,
of games
yeah.
should
But-
do this super experimental thing this year. Like
Yeah.
It makes
but-
me think of the Spore final stage for you're in the Galaxy mode.
Probably
that's
with,
that's my kind of hope for gaming this year is
Well,
that
I think
people
No
can
Man's
begin
Sky-
thinking outside the box like
Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
I think that's a good idea. It's not going to be like that. That video,
There's no way
it's
it could
not
be.
in game.
I will-
It's totally motion.
It's gonna be
video,
impossible.
no matter what. he
While
says.
I might have been the same guy who brought up the copy paste so Call of Duty thing, you still can't kind of blame them, because if you give the people
proven
what they
method.
love, they want. But even still, if you try something new, they don't like it. There's money wasted. So why try to take that route? So I
It's
agree
like-
with the going in, but you got to think through things like Nintendo with the Wii U, it was basically the Virtual Boy all over again. Lost so much money on it.
Someone's been watching Game Theory.
I don't remember who brought this
But that's
up.
just a theory. A Connor
Gay
favorite.
Theory.
One thing, I don't remember, I feel like I heard this somewhere,
I
but
love how this was supposed to be like 20 minutes.
With,
It's like an hour.
Shut up.
with the big companies that do kind of reproduce things like Ubisoft and Activision and whatnot, I wish that if they are going to do that, and since they do know they're going to make so much money and they have this leftover, that they would use it to fund a game that was new.
Yeah.
Because if you have that known revenue that you know is going to be coming in no matter what,
Yeah.
But still make other properties
and
alongside
make
of it.
other good products that are going to be something new and a venture.
And that's honestly a really good idea, because if you think about it, if the new game doesn't do well, the game that makes a lot of money overshadows that, and people would forget about it. Like Brink with Bethesda. How many? Come on, everybody hates that game. I like
Yeah,
it.
but Fallout brings it
But
up the revenue.
also, it could work the opposite way.
Yeah.
If the new game does really well, it'll overshadow the old one, and so they won't have to put money into that anymore.
Well,
and
not
so
as
basically,
much, maybe.
the cycle starts over again.
Uh-huh.
But you also got to worry about if you
Have a big fan base for that.
kill that series and everyone's.
I'm not
kinda,
saying like
"Oh,
kill
no,
it,
no,
but
no."
just sort of do what Bethesda does, like because Dishonored. Granted, that was mostly Arcane, I believe, but still, Bethesda helped make it. It's not overshadowing Fallout and Skyrim. It's sort of like, or Elder Scrolls rather, but it's just, it has its own fan base and people love the game. Myself personally, I really enjoy it, but there's still that fan base, and they're going to make new Fallout games and new Elder Scrolls games.
Another thing is, if we're going to talk about copy and pasting, let's go to freaking sports games.
Oh.
Texas, you are treading in the
John
no man's land right now,
I just
Texas.
wanna say
Beware
something real
minefields.
That, like,
Beware
at
those
least when they do things like Advanced Warfare and whatnot, they kind of thought outside. They kept their same sort of formula.
Yeah,
but
like
they changed it a little bit, and they made it look better, and they made it run better.
Yeah, like
and
Black
they
Ops
used-
2. Instead of just having a full kill streak, you get points, and those points get you stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than just a straight up kill streak
But
like other
they
games.
used the new system to an advantage. I feel like there is a difference between the old one and the new one.
Yeah.
They added something in where
It's just the core mechanics are the same.
where the Madden games they took their game, they made it look a little bit better, and
What I want to know is
people still
who
bought it.
buys those?
Yeah, people have started to learn to expect. I don't know
Granted,
what
it's
they've
better
started.
than watching football, but still, it's like I don't get sports games in general because, like,
If you have
if
an
you can
interest
go
in it,
outside and play that sport, why buy the game?
yeah,
Well,
if
because,
you have
Connor,
an
some
in-
people have more teeth than brain cells.
Well, if someone has the want to, like, they like things like football, you would think that they would have the ability to go outside and play it, because I know how many people here really like football?
It can go fuck itself.
Football Manager 2K.
Okay,
It's the
okay.
same as the last game, five
Basic-
times over.
Basically, nobody raised
Better
their hand.
graphics.
So
So,
no one here likes football.
I mean,
and-
it's good to watch. I just don't watch it on my own time.
I hate
yeah, no one here likes football, so we're not gonna go out and play football, so we're not gonna buy in the games. But I feel like if you like the game and you are gonna buy the game because you like it, you're the kind of person who could also go out and play it. So why the hell are you paying?
Well, because like
$60?
I like hockey and lacrosse. I've played lacrosse, but I wouldn't buy games based off of them if I could just go outside and do it.
Yeah.
I don't go outside and do it for a reason because I'm playing video games.
Those are also,
There's also,
harder though because you need more
Besides-
than just your one ball.
There's also the fact that, for like going out and playing it, not all people can do that, depending
yeah,
on
some
their
of us
situations.
are not the most physically enabled.
Not like
Or
not
able.
like
Fully enabled either.
that's part of it, but more of like, what if you live in a really rural area?
Bronx.
You just live in an area where it's like there's no football fields, or like say you live in a city in an apartment that's
Play
like
on
on
the
the
street, mate.
floor 130
That's what they.
or something.
that's why they
and
If
have-
you're in that apartment,
Sam.
then how do you have an Xbox?
Sam.
well, you could. Well,
Sam,
it's a city,
That's why they
of course
have
you'd be able to
fields
probably
in
get
rural
one.
areas and tiny foam footballs.
But still, like, what if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you still like have power and stuff, and all you have is an Xbox? It's like you could
If
still
you're out
play
in the middle of
games and
nowhere,
stuff,
you'd have a
but-
field.
Well,
I don't know what I was talking about.
Okay. Well, something Connor just said was with if you live in that situation, why do you have an Xbox? Which brings me to think of, I always notice that some people that live in not the best housing situations buy really, really nice cars. I'm always like, that's ridiculous. Why would you ever do that? And now
Like
I
that
just
kid
thought, like,
who was in a soup kitchen that took a picture of Michelle Obama with a BlackBerry. He was in a soup kitchen.
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah, in really nice phones and stuff like that. And
It's because, like,
but then I go back and I think, like, I do crazy shit like that too.
I think, honestly, for, like, teenagers, especially, younger kids and stuff, doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it could, in a way. But, like, if they go to school, they don't want to look poor. They want to look rich, so they buy the fancy phones and stuff.
And then there's me, who is just completely batshit insane.
I just put money into the things that I do kind of understand it, which if you really like cars, you really like this or that and the other, you
I just think
put
you
money
should have
into it.
priorities.
And I feel like I would do the same thing. That while I feel like I'd rather have a nice house than anything else, I probably would put quite a bit of money into my electronics and things like that.
I say whatever makes you happy. And that's what
Yeah.
you should go for in the end. Like, you don't have to go for, like, the craziest stuff to be happy. I mean, you just, like, get what works for you and what you like and what you can accept, and then just
I like how
be
the
happy.
situation went straight up from video game, New Year, just fill up the Dalai Lama mixed with Gandhi.
That's why
So-
health kit systems
like-
are, like, really nice in games, but not
sort
good.
of, I just want to end this as I get what you're saying, and it's sort of fuck this talking, but like you're saying, buy what makes you happy. That's perfectly fine and that makes sense, but you still gotta have priorities.
Yeah.
Pay your electric bill or
Like,
pay
that's
your
like-
water bill.
You have to get to a
before
point
you
where
buy
you
it.
can do that stuff and then
Yeah,
have
feed
and just
yourself.
have your
Yeah, like
happiness.
me. Like, I'm planning
still.
on going to Harvard, man.
I'd
So I got plans
rather
to do that.
I'd rather have housing and shit before.
So talking about priorities, Sam, hopes, resolutions for the new year, hopes for games.
Yeah, because we did skip you.
I need to stop being like stupid in school. I hate when the fact is school. I could be passing classes with like A's and stuff, no problem. But I'm always just procrastinating and stuff. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Like I need to get my stuff together now, and that way I could like get that because all
you're
I want to do is
smarter than I am.
I want to
I'm
just.
just lazy.
I just
Yeah.
want to be able to get into life, get into a good area of life with like computer science, which is what I love, right? Get a good amount of money. I don't care. I don't want to be a millionaire. If I was, that'd be awesome. But who cares? As long as I can do stuff that I want, like build computers, that kind of stuff, have fun with that kind of stuff, and then like do what I love. I'm fine with that.
I want to make movies and move in with those autistic shit fucks. So
Any gaming hopes this year, Sam?
Half-Life 3. That's all I want at this point.
He just wants it
I've been-
confirmed for 3 years from now.
I've been waiting like my entire life. I've had like
You will die the minute
Pretty
it's
much,
because you'll die a happy man.
I've
You
pretty
play
much
as
been
Alex and Gordon Freeman's
waiting my
dad.
entire life because I've played
He
like
plays Adrian Shepard.
because I remember like freaking Half-Life 2 came out or something. I played that and stuff, and like before that, like
opposing shift.
I think I'm trying to remember like Half-Life the first one. I played at like I don't even know when.
I marathoned
like
all the
2003 was when I first played Half-Life, and before that I played like stuff like Doom and whatnot. Always been PC gaming, right? And like I love those series, and it's my life, really. I just want to see it like at least end.
I started with PC,
Yeah,
but I played consoles first more. But I marathoned the Half-Life series like a few years ago. I was really late to the game, but I didn't. I was like, now I really understand. I fucking want it.
You hear about stuff, and then you're just like, what's the deal anyways? It can't be that bad.
Oh man. Well, that's not the mindset I was talking. I was like, I just want to play the games because I like to play the games because I played Portal first.
Yeah.
Like Dark Souls. Oh, the controls for PC port. That can't be that bad.
Yeah,
oh my
consider-
god.
yeah.
What
Oh,
is
like,
this?
consider-
It is so much worse than they said.
Read it
Yeah.
really quick. I need to.
Concerning me, a big series that I'm also one for the invented games, things that really make you think, that really do things. Another idea that's been around since last year, Sam, please.
Dude, that's so cool.
Anyway, concerning me, have you guys seen a game called Super Hot?
Nope.
Super.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, kind of the whole concept of Super Hot is that time moves faster when you move. So basically, you shoot a bullet, it's gonna fly slow as hell.
like
The minute you
mouse
start moving
acceleration,
around, it
Wade
goes
likes it.
fast. And I like that concept
kill
idea.
yourself.
Yeah. And there's also it's also humorous. Like there's a lot of the items that you can pick are solid red. The enemies are solid red. And at one level where you're supposed to kill everyone, there's like a chair, a fridge, and every time you go down the board, words flash across the scene and it says trolling is an art because the colors are red, but you can't use them. And I want games like that because it's inventive, it's new, and it's extremely awesome.
Going off of inventive
That's why there's
games
sandboxes.
where everything's red.
Mirror's Edge 2.
Tyrone's Edge. I gotta get the
Anyway,
cocaine to
Really
the people.
quick.
Yeah.
I'm initializing the Dark Souls keyboard controls because I had them set so that I could actually like walk around. That's pretty much all you can do. So I'm gonna restore these all to default, and I want to look at these really quick.
This is gonna be devils.
So, for you to normally move, it's the normally WSA.
WASD.
Wassid.
Wasd.
Wasted.
And
Sorry,
then
broke
if
your
you wanna
WASD.
walk slower, you have to do left control while in the middle of doing those.
What?
Which,
Okay.
and then
That's manageable.
Yeah, I
and
can
then
work with
you
that.
actually have camera controls on the keyboard, which is weird because there is mouse controls. But to move the camera forward, you have I. To move it backward, you have K. To move it right, L. Left, J. And to target or lock on, you have O. I don't know if they were expecting someone to not have installed a keyboard on their computer.
It's not that I'm expecting they haven't
I'm not
installed. I'm
sure.
trying to decide. They must have made this game for someone with 3 arms because you need one for all this crap you want to do, one for the movement, and then one to move the mouse.
Honestly,
Key
looking at the
binding,
menu
head
is
smash.
looking at the menu like, oh, I could totally work with this. No. Play
Yeah.
the game.
I couldn't.
And you're like,
In
and
that menu, it's got all the keys or whatever.
and then you're like,
But
what?
when you go into like it says what keys do for stuff like that.
yeah.
But when you go into the game, it's still the Xbox stuff. Like with
Yeah.
Hotline Miami and stuff,
Xbox.
it gives you
It
it says
says
A,
Y.
X, Y, B, and stuff. Doesn't tell you what A is. It's Q.
And then
It's
just
like,
to,
and then it
You
turns
have
into
to
what
press
fuck
the
are my
home
hands
key,
doing?
guys.
just to switch the weapons in your hand, which in my opinion is a fairly vital thing for this game. You have to hit to switch your right weapon V and your left weapon C and your items
What?
or F, which you definitely need to know how to do.
Okay, I could see F working because it's so close to D
Yeah.
and your finger's already there.
But you got
But
like
C and V,
V's.
I can barely hit Z if I need
Here's
to do
how you
something
play this
quickly.
game. Grab your hands, smash them all. All right, you have to have a. You can't use USB because I only let you do like 6
Sam,
at
you don't
maximum.
need to smash your hands. You
No,
need to
you
have 3, 4 arms. You
like-
need to be a Machamp from Pokemon
No,
if you want
you
to play
just
this
smash
game.
your hands against the keyboard, but it can't be a USB because I only let you have 6 inputs at once. It has to be one of the
I'm
old style
seeing these-
keyboards
I
that you
know.
can press everything at once. That way you just
I'm-
keep
I'm
smashing
seeing
until
these
you
Team
win.
keys.
Lizard
I'm seeing these
key-
keys in my
keyboard
head. You have to be like a
Yeah.
Machamp to play
Here's
this
the
damn
best
game.
part. I got to all the actions you actually do in the game, which
Yeah.
is attacking and everything like
Yeah.
that. For your right weapon, attack is H. For your right weapon, heavy attack is U. For your left weapon, block, it's left shift. All the way across the keyboard. For your left weapon, parry, it's tab above that.
Oh, I think I
And to
real.
use an item, you got E.
Oh,
And then dash, roll, backstep, you got Q, and then action gesture.
No, you got those.
I just realized this.
Spaces
I think
for
I know why the
punch.
controls are so
Space.
weird.
Yeah.
I
Because
think
it's a
there's-
triangle.
I
It's
think-
Illuminati confirmed.
No, I think they're so effing weird because I think they designed it for
Crap people.
Japanese Siamese twins to play.
And then your action.
Because I'm looking at those controls and those are not humanly possible with one brain.
Designed
Your
by
action-
and made for.
It's designed
people.
for the freaking. What was that one movie where it was like the big robots and the 2 people who controlled one?
Yeah,
it's
it's-
that.
Oh,
Literally.
Pacific Rim.
Anyway,
Rim.
keep going.
Pacific
keep
Rim,
going.
yeah.
What I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to set up all my fingers on all the required things you have to have. So, which is pretty much. I'm not going to use the mouse because they have those in here. So, really quick, let's go back to. You need all your movement. So, you got your 3 fingers on
And
those.
then C and Z for switching
And then
V
for
for
your
weapons.
camera, you got I, K, L, J. Do you want to hit those arrow keys for me, buddy? And then for your switching weapons, you don't need those. You don't need your fingers on those. So go to the next one. And then for attack, I got my thumb. For For heavy attack, I gotta switch things around here. Then
Basically,
block.
you can't do
It
it.
sounds like you're playing Twister with your fingers.
Again,
Yeah.
Alright.
$200. Whoever does it.
All right, so I think we should about wrap this up here. So
Yep, one
to wrap
more
it up,
thing, we have Griffin's resolution, and that's about all we have.
I sent mine,
So-
really, which was mostly video gaming.
All right.
So what about video gaming though, really quick?
Inventive Games, Borderlands 3.
What do you want to get out of this year? As in, like, a New Year's resolution for you? Nothing?
Really nothing. Mostly just spend time with you guys before you guys leave. Look, I
Have
still have
more
a year with
dink.
Connor and
Sam.
Sam, so I'll be able to still spend some time around. But I really don't have much to worry about concerning school or life. I mean, I play games on the weekends with my friends. I get good grades no matter what. I passed all my finals without really trying.
All right, so ball and Kush out of control.
So basically, do what I do best, which is
Fuck
be
shit up.
smart, fuck shit up, and play video games. Basically, my life in a nutshell.
Been kind of sucking for the past semester is I transferred to a program at the college,
Place.
the
The place.
The College of
We'll just
Winterhold.
call it
the
that.
college down the
The,
street.
the
and,
College of Winterhold.
I had classes every single day. Every single day.
Every single gay day.
Variety
okay.
gay days.
That's racist.
Yes.
Variety-
Good work, Cody. Charge your phone.
Wait,
Anyway.
wait, the gays are a
But-
race?
So I haven't been able to come and visit these dickheads all the time. So I'm glad that next semester I'll have Fridays off, and hopefully if I keep my shit up in my classes, I'll be able to come and see all these losers
Awesome.
every Friday to hang out with them.
And Saturday.
Make it in life and then be
Fridays.
happy.
Once a month. We gotta do recording. Remember?
I'll do my best to
Okay.
make it here. We'll see.
I'll
That's
try. If
That's
not,
my goal.
just
after school.
put me on speaker on Skype.
I'm just glad we have
Yeah.
at least 4 more days of this break, man. I need some time to get used to not sleeping till noon.
Whenever you're ready. But anyway, so this was the quote-unquote quickie, even though it probably lasted longer than most of our other episodes.
Yeah.
Irony.
A quickie,
But,
that was more stamina than I thought you said you could handle.
Anyway.
That was longer than
Dang.
Sam with a stick of porn.
Nice.
That's weird.
What?
8
Stick of
gigs, boy.
porn.
8 gigs, boy.
That is racist. Please.
What?
Gigs are a race.
I
You're
want-
supposed to be racist.
Sam
We
is
haven't
a
done any
race?
racism.
Sam is-
You're
I am
white,
a race.
According
Oh,
to
black people are criminals.
Connor.
Khajiits are criminals.
According
That's
to
why I'm a fan
Cool.
of Fox in that game, because mine.
Connor.
Italians
So
are
before
that
we end this
bad.
out, Connor, according to Chris,
Hey,
gays
pizza.
and Sam are racist.
Hey, we gotta talk about Fallout 3, where your dad becomes black. And
Wait,
everybody
no. I
So I accidentally
killed
killed myself, then resurrected myself because
And
I'm
then
God
every-
in Fallout 3, and then I just disappeared from the world. So
You erased yourself from history.
Merle.
Merle.
Read this
But before we finish this episode, all I gotta say is, now I like Chinese food and all, but Asians, who wants to fuck them? Now, that was
So
been
this is the Google.
quote-unquote spontaneous racism, quote-unquote quickie, new games, new year. It is officially, timestamp 2:05. You're
2:06. Get it
Which
right.
means-
This is
Which means we should have been
up-to-date time.
asleep 2 hours ago.
2:06
Who goes to
a.m.
bed at 12? Nobody does.
What a
that.
gay.
I actually usually do because
I go to bed at 5
sleep.
in the morning
Okay,
because I'm
so
stupid.
what we're trying to say is Happy New Year. Hope you guys have
Blaze it.
as many hopes and aspirations for this new year
And
that we do.
We will, and we will do our best to provide you with
I'm-
more of Sam's wonderfully awesome art.
I'm shit dick, Connor, basically.
Texas, the cunt destroyer, back.
The toast. Texas,
Toast.
the toast.
Cunt
No,
destroyer.
I'm constant rape.
I thought you were
You're
gynecologist, the fish.
Oh yeah,
Or gynecologist.
Connor,
Do we
gynecologist, the
even know
fish.
what we are at this point?
John
No.
Freeman, Seva
Connor,
Huffman.
Sam,
Chris,
Chris,
I'm just
John,
and then
Batman,
John.
Griffin.
Thank you everyone
Seva
for
of
listening to our
Hummocks.
stupid autistic
our
bullshit.
nonsense.
Goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Don't die of a bolo now, Connor.
This isn't Texas.